In ancient history, there was a nation that left a strong and indelible mark with great feats of arms, magnificent architecture, and a rich culture. That was the Assyrians, one of the most powerful empires that ever existed in the land of Mesopotamia. They were famous not only for their military strength, but also for their sharp attack tactics, advanced military technology, and an extremely efficient administrative system. Over the centuries, the Assyrian Empire expanded its territory from the lands of modern Iraq to Egypt and Anatolia, building an empire that to this day, many scholars are still amazed by its splendor. The Assyrians, one of the greatest civilizations in ancient history, left a deep mark in many fields, from military, architecture, to administrative management and culture. Building a powerful empire that stretched from the lands of northern Mesopotamia, the Tigris Valley, to lands as far away as Egypt, the Assyrian kings developed an empire known for its distinctive military tactics, innovative weaponry, and construction techniques. The Assyrian Empire, also known as the Iron Empire, was one of the greatest military empires of the ancient world, with relentless conquests and impressive victories that left a great legacy. The Assyrian Empire originated in the city of Assur, a religious and political center located along the Tigris River in the northern region of Mesopotamia, now northern Iraq. Assur is believed to be one of the oldest cities of the Mesopotamian civilization, and also the birthplace of Assyrian culture. The city was named after the god of war Ashur, who became the patron deity of the entire Assyrian Empire. Initially, Assyria was just an independent city in the region, but gradually, under the leadership of strong kings, Assyria expanded its power and influence. The early Assyrian period, that is, from 2000 to 1350 BC, marked the formation and development of this civilization. But the Assyrian Empire did not really come to prominence until the Middle Assyrian period, when military campaigns were carried out vigorously and laid the foundation for victories in the later period. The ancient Assyrian period was mainly a period of laying the foundations for an early state. During this period, Assyria was not a powerful empire, but mainly a city-state dependent on economic growth from trade routes. However, some kings such as Shamshi-Adad I, c. 1800 BC, attempted to expand their power and dominate surrounding areas. Under the leadership of Shamshi-Adad, Assyria began to emerge as a formidable force, although the empire was still quite small. The medieval Assyrian period lasted from 1350 to 1000 BC. By this time, Assyria had become a stronger kingdom, with a well-organized army and regular conquests. This was also the period when Assyrian kings began to focus on consolidating their territory and building a strong administrative system. The most prominent king of this period was Tiglath-Pileser, c. 1115 to 1077 BC, who conducted several major military campaigns and laid the foundations for the later development of the empire. Tiglath-Pileser I expanded Assyria's territory, conquering much of Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and Syria, defeating neighboring states and establishing Assyrian power in the region. He also instituted military reforms, built military structures, and established a stable political system. The most prominent period in Assyrian history was the Neo-Assyrian period, 911 to 609 BC, when the empire reached the height of its power and might. This was the period when Assyria developed into a comprehensive empire, with its territory stretching from Mesopotamia to areas as far away as Egypt and Anatolia. The Assyrian Empire achieved prosperity not only through war, but also through extensive administrative and military reforms, sophisticated war tactics, and the development of weapons technology. This period saw the achievements of many great kings, such as Tiglath-Pileser III was the one who initiated the renaissance of the empire. He reformed the army, turning it into a professional force with modern tactics and weapons. Thanks to this, Assyria not only maintained, but also expanded its territory. Then, Shalmaneser V succeeded him, and he marked the destruction of the Kingdom of Israel. In 722 BC, he besieged and destroyed the capital of Samaria, causing the fall of Israel and extending Assyrian control over the Levant. Next, Sargon II took the empire to new heights. He built the capital Dur-Sharrukin, creating a center of power and culture. At the same time, Sargon II expanded his territory more than ever, creating a large and stable empire. Then came Sennacherib, a king famous not only for his wars but also for his great construction projects. He transformed Nineveh into a splendid and powerful capital. Although he failed to capture Jerusalem, this campaign clearly demonstrated Assyria's power to the world. His son, Esarhaddon, not only restored power after the upheavals but also performed a great feat, conquering Egypt, bringing this land into the Assyrian Empire. Finally, there was Ashurbanipal, the king remembered for the great library in Nineveh. This library contains rich knowledge, marking the culture and knowledge of the era. Although the Assyrian Empire collapsed later, what they left behind from military, political to cultural will forever be an important part of human history. The Assyrian Empire was one of the most powerful and influential empires in ancient history. Assyria's culture, religion, economy, and military made a difference and contributed significantly to the development of the ancient world. Assyrian culture was strongly influenced by the Sumerian, Akkadian, and Babylonian civilizations. However, the Assyrians developed and established a distinct identity in many areas, such as art, architecture, writing, and science. Assyrian art was highly developed, especially in architecture and sculpture. The most prominent works of Assyria were the palaces, temples, and walls, especially those in the capital Nineveh. These works of art were not only of aesthetic value, but also reflected the power and authority of the Assyrian Empire, and were also a tool of political propaganda. The Assyrians used cuneiform, a writing system developed from the Sumerians. This writing was inscribed on clay tablets, stone stelae, and other objects. The library of Ashurbanipal at Nineveh was one of the largest and most important libraries of the ancient world. It was a great storehouse of Assyrian knowledge. The Assyrian religion was polytheistic, meaning that they worshipped many gods, each with his own sphere of power, and worshipped in large temples. Assyrian religion was strongly influenced by Sumerian and Babylonian religion, but it also had its own distinct features. The Assyrians were very particular about religious rituals and festivals in honor of their gods. Each major city in the Assyrian Empire had temples dedicated to a particular god, where rituals were performed by priests. These rituals could include animal sacrifices, prayers, incense offerings, and harvest festivals. Assyrian kings also acted as the earthly representatives of the gods, and they often performed rituals and offered sacrifices to protect their kingdoms. Religion was not only closely linked to spiritual life, but also a tool for consolidating political power. Assyrian kings always sought to demonstrate the protection of the gods through successful military campaigns and feats of arms. The Assyrian economy was based primarily on agriculture, trade, and conquest. Although Assyria did not have as many natural resources as some other civilizations, it learned how to develop and manage its resources to sustain a large empire. Agriculture was the foundation of the Assyrian economy. With irrigation systems developed during the Sumerian period, Assyria was able to produce wheat, barley, fruits, vegetables, and other foods. Pasture and livestock farming also played an important role in the Assyrian economy, especially in providing food for the army and population. In addition, Assyria had an extensive trade network. Important Assyrian trade items included copper, gold, silver, timber, precious stones, and agricultural products. Trade helped Assyria maintain its prosperity throughout the centuries, although the economy was still largely based on the exploitation of natural resources and warfare. The Assyrian army was one of the most powerful military forces in the ancient world, known for its scientific organization, professional training, and innovative tactics. It consisted of infantry, cavalry, artillery, and military engineers, and was equipped with advanced technology, especially in sieges and sieges. Tools such as wooden ladders, siege hammers, and firepower helped them destroy fortresses effectively. The Assyrians pioneered the use of iron in weapons such as swords, axes, arrows, and chariots, giving them a distinct advantage due to their durability and destructive power. Iron chariots pulled by horses supported fast and powerful attacks. The title, Iron Empire, not only reflected the use of iron, but also symbolized their iron military spirit and brutal offensive tactics, combined with psychological warfare to terrify the enemy. Their exploits were often engraved on stone tablets and city walls to demonstrate their power. Although Assyria reached the height of its power in the late 7th century BC, both internal and external factors led to the empire's decline. The depletion of resources, rebellions in distant lands, and invasions from the Medes, Babylonians, and Scythians led to its downfall. In 612 BC, an alliance between the Medes and Babylonians besieged and destroyed Nineveh, marking the end of the Assyrian Empire. The Assyrians, known as the Iron Empire, left behind a great legacy, not only in military history, but also in culture, art, and religion. The empire built a vast empire, conquering and dominating many lands, from ancient Mesopotamia to areas as far away as Egypt and Anatolia. The Assyrians' strength came not only from their fighting prowess and brutal military tactics, but also from their use of iron, a strong metal that allowed them to create superior weapons and tools, which were the basis for their brilliant feats. Although the Assyrian Empire finally collapsed in 612 BC, their influence remained long-lasting, leaving an indelible mark on human history. The Assyrian Iron Empire is a testament to the resilience, creativity, and enduring strength that are integral to the development of ancient civilizations.